excuse me a moment, I want to take a phone call. That'll be alright. Let's have a call. Good morning, what can I do for you?
Hi, I'm from Scotland and I'd like to swap something.
This part of the world I know very well. What are you offering?
A third-hand Optimus Prime.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Hello! Just want to talk a bit about my love of charity shops, and I want to discuss that kind of sort of thing. But first I want to show you some of the things we got at EA that I forgot to sort of show off the last time. And it's the things you got like when you sort of registered, when you got your pass, which is awesome, and we wore those religiously over the weekend so they could identify us as trans fans, and we could all go, "Oh, I'm here for the conference," and it was fucking awesome, and I want to wear it every day but I can't. We got the Cybertronian Times, which is essentially the sort of guide for the weekend, and there's some artwork in there that's pretty cool. Fire and Iron, I'm assuming auto-assembly exclusive comic that has some really cool illustrations in it and a couple of character bios. One for the collection, of which I don't collect comics, so that's the first for the collection, I suppose. You got a few posty cardy type affairs. You got one of, is it Skybite? I'm not familiar with the character, to be honest. Peter Spells' character. You've got RC for Prime, whose voice actress was also there. Something Soon Lee. I'm so bad with names, like even in real life. So take no offence, any people whose name I forget. Wheeljack, the actor who voiced him, was there. I love the Prime series. You got a little one of, is it Swerve? He was the and there's Swerve's bar. So he was the kind of artwork for that. And you got the sort of Leonard Nimoy tribute, which was awesome when we went to see the movie. Every time Nimoy, like Galvatron was on the screen, or when Nimoy's name came up at the credits, everyone went fucking wild, and rightly so, because he was awesome as Galvatron. New charity shops. I started going around charity shops for my retro gaming collection, and I come from a small town in the Scottish borders with about, I don't know, 4 charity shops, and I've been collecting retro gaming stuff for what, a year and a half, 2 years, and it's yielded some sort of treasure troves of games and shit. Like I got a copy of, what was it up there? Well, I'd have to show you, but I got a couple of Battletoads for the, got a couple of Battletoads for the NES for £1, and that was like a sort of like, I must have this. That was awesome. But generally you find PS2 and stuff, and PS1 maybe, but it's all FIFAs and Pro Evolutions and Dance Revolutions and that shit. And while those are good games if you like them, and I have got my fair share of them, it becomes a bit soul destroying when you go in to try and you go to the DVD bit and you say, oh, there's PS2 games, FIFA 08, FIFA 06, you're like, fuck's sake. I'm not really sure why they seem to only have, I mean, I'm assuming there's either 2 reasons. They don't get a lot in, or when they do, there's fuckers like me going in early doors and getting, because I don't go in early, I just go in whenever I'm in the town. There's fuckers like me that go in and scoop up all the good stuff. Don't know. But I have got some good stuff, and it's cool and it's fun. Recently, anyway, like I'll show you what I got recently. I moved to Fife, the Kingdom of Fife, and I live in a small town called Leven. And it's all just charity shops for some reason, I don't know why. Because most high streets seem to be at the moment. Around here I've got a few decent deals as well. Like recently I picked up Harvest Moon for the DS, and I got Pokemon White, which is awesome. Pokemon Heart of Gold version, or Heart Gold version. Not played that yet. I've only just started getting into the Pokemon games, and as far as I can tell, from Game Boy, original Game Boy, I've got like Pokemon Red, right up to that fucking Pokemon White. It's just the same game, but with better graphics. That might be a sort of layman's view of the game, maybe. I don't know. Folks who like Pokemon. We've got Chinatown Wars. None of these games, I think the Pokemon games actually were like £4 or something each. But that was £1, and Harvest Moon on the DS was £1. I got Siphon Filter and Spider-Man 2. This game's awesome for the PS2. They were cool. Yeah, so I go around the charity shops maybe. At the moment, it's every day I have a little wander in, because I take the kid for a walk to the beach for some fresh air, and on the way to the beach from my house is the shops. So I just go in and have a look, and I find that the other thing I find quite a lot of, and so I collect Transformers, obviously, but I've also picked up things like I've started collecting Turtles figures, and I got a lot of the, like 2 years ago when Home Bargains had the bloody Thundercats new series toys. They were selling those fucking dirt cheap. You can see my Sword of Omens there. So what I do is I tend to just pick up random figures that I find in charity shops. I got, there's it. This fucker recently. It's like a alien for Independence Day. I got that for like £1.50, and he's awesome. He looks awesome on the shelf. He's on the shelf with like I've got my bad guys shelf. I've got him. I've got the Predator. I've got the Borg, the Cyberman. That's cool, and he does this, which is nothing. Yeah. He's cool. There's a little Spider-Man there because I think I can see. Because whatever's meant to be in him wasn't there. So yeah, charity shops are good for that kind of thing. And I like to sort of think that rather than piss my money up a wall, I'm either spending it on stuff that I like, or I'm giving it to charity, or charities are getting it, which kind of gives you that sort of double edge to buying something in a charity shop. You get something good and cheap, and you get something that's going to help some people who need it, which, whether it gets there or not, I don't know, but the chance is there, so it's good. But, as a Transformer collector, around my way anyway, you find next to nothing, and I've found a couple of things recently, like, I'll show you, hang on. I got this Ghidorah figure, and he's in decent nick apart from his guns and his arse end are missing, but he was £1, and in robot mode, he can sit on my shelf quite sort of nice, and you can't really tell he's missing. Well, you can if you know, but he looks good in robot mode, and he doesn't really miss his guns. So he was cool, and it was like, whoa, big stores. Don't see them very often. And I got, at the same time, now it's obviously a movie, Optimus Prime. I'm not sure what film he comes from. I think it must be the first one, judging by the colours. And he was £1, and he's awesome and cool and big. He's missing one of his side panels on his legs, and there's another part missing. Oh, he's missing a panel off his arm. But you don't really notice when he's in cav mode, and when he's sitting like that on my shelf, and he's got some awesome light piping as well. Maybe we'll see because of the light is, but he's cool, and for £1 he looks good on the shelf, and it's kind of awesome. So, and I don't normally like movie figures, but I don't know why, maybe it's this big square bit, but I love him. He's fucking cool. Also, I went to a charity shop in one of my neighbouring towns and found, for 50p each, get in there you dick, hang on, these little animated sort of legend-sized bumblebees. Now, I've seen a little bit of the animated. My friend John, he used to have quite a lot of the animated figures, and they intrigue me. They've got this kind of sort of like I love the faces and stuff. The solid grey faces, solid blue eyes, big bold colours. They're quite cool. And I got 2 of those identical figures, which is weird. 2 identical figures in a box for 50p each. They were awesome. In another charity shop though, when was it, about a couple of weeks ago? There's one around the bottom that has like decent toys. I've got a lot of, what did I pick up in there? I can't remember. Oh, it was, some shit. I got a Turtles figure, that was it. I got was it the 2007 animated, was it 2007? 2008? The animated film, which I quite liked but no one else seemed to. I got a Donatello figure from that, and something else, I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was a Hulk figure, that's what it was, a big Hulk figure like that. He was awesome. But that's one round the bottom of my town that I got quite often, because it seems to have good toys and figures. And I got a, you know my head's right close, the Prime Evolution 2-pack, Shakur, which I got recently. Now they're both awesome figures, cool figures. Get your gun now. Where's your gun? Yeah. And I paid I'm sure I paid 35 for this, or maybe even 30 for these, and it was on a sale because they're like normally about 40 quid or more when they first came out. 2 solid figures. Well, I got in one of the charity shops, the one at the bottom that gets toys, I got another one of the sort of original G1 Cab Prime guys. He's not got his gun, but he's in perfect condition, and he's awesome. He's got a bit of like plastic stress there where someone's obviously tried to buckle his head into position. But other than that, he's in mint condition, and he was £1.50. So I thought to myself, I felt kind of shit buying a guy I've already got, because it means I'm kind of taking the chance off someone else. That, like, if a random Transformer fan's going past and sees it, but I thought, at least if I buy him, he's in my hands, and I can either give him to, like, swap him with somebody else for another figure, or just, I mean, like right now he sits, so I've got this dude, and they sit on my shelf like one in front of the other, and it kind of looks really cool, to be honest. So that was good. I got him for dirt cheap and I was happy. The thing is, I visit charity shops at least 3 or 4 times a week, and you get sort of disheartened with it. I mean, I've been around the area, because like where I live, like there's lots of little towns dotted right next to each other, and it only takes like 10 minutes to drive to each of them. And you go through dry spells where you find nothing, and it kind of gets you pissed off with the whole traipsing around charity shop things, because you can go and find nothing but FIFAs, and that can last for weeks. But then you get like a find that's like Battletoads that's fucking awesome. Or I remember once I went and got a PS2 with like loads of games and controllers and microphones for like a tenner, and it's like, makes it worth it. It's almost like the finding a needle in a fucking very shitty haystack, but it makes it worth it, and you find stuff that's pretty cool. And let's face it, you're not going to find very rarely you're going to find gems, like absolute fucking corkers, because everyone knows what everything's worth these days. It's the same as like in one of the local towns, they've got a checks and a cash converter as well, and they sell, like, I've seen them selling a copy of Twilight Princess for the GameCube or whatever one it was, and it was like fucking 50 quid. It's like, you money grabbing bastards. Pisses me off. Stop spoiling our hobby by making it expensive. That's kind of why I like Transformers. They kind of seem to have levelled prices that don't seem to change much. People know what it's worth and what they're willing to pay for it, and it stays, which is cool. Might change in the future though if collecting Transformers ever becomes a massive... Pardon me. I know I burp and swear in all my videos. Dig you a fuck. On a quick side note, I picked up Combiner Wars Rodimus, and I want to love this figure, but I just fucking can't. He's transformation's cool, quite unique. I've never seen that before. Hang on, wait now, jump cut. He looks alright in robot mode. I mean, he's got this really sort of cool colour red that really sort of makes him a unique looking figure. His head sculpt, I know this is going to fuck with my camera going, but his head sculpt is very, very Rodimus, and is awesome. He's got some quite good detail and quite a sort of good look about him. Yeah, car mode's fine. It doesn't really invoke Rodimus or even Hot Rod to me, but that mode's not too bad. The only thing was, his like pipes don't go in the back like they should, and they just that would have been an easy fix. There's a little slot on his back panel. They could have put an extra slot in and just went, there you go, because that's what he's meant to look like, and he doesn't. Oh, because it doesn't fucking go on him. As a figure though, he's alright. He looks like I got. I'm so bad with names. I got fucking Warhammer. What's it called? Oh, I've got some sort of fucking amnesia. I can't remember what the disease is called. What's the disease called where you forget fucking stuff? Alzheimer's. I've got Alzheimer's, but only to do with names. Guzzle, I remember that. Warpath. There you go, Warpath. I got his figure, and he was awesome, and he looked even better outside the packet. I know he's a Megatron remold, or repaint and remold. Rodimus looked good in the packet. Mind you saying that? Nah, instantly changed my mind. He's awesome. Go fucking get him. Yeah, that's about it. I just want to talk about charity shops. Is it worth it? Yes. Should you do it if you're a retro gamer? Yeah. Should you do it if you're a Transformer fan? Well, so far so good for me. So, well, one find every like 2 or 3 months? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. There's something else I want to talk about. I can't remember what the fuck it was. No, can't remember. I reckon how long this video's been, but it's like just me waffling and spitting there. Oh, do you know what? I try and film videos like what, once or twice a week now. I'm trying to get back to doing it. Twice a week? Once every 1 or 2 weeks. See, just complete fucking waffle. But life at the moment won't really allow me. Sophia's going through a stage where she's unable to, like, she's not moving about, she's not walking or crawling yet, but she gets pissed off as fuck if she's sitting in the same spot doing nothing. So you've got to just, it's just full attention. And I've seen more Elmo and kids TV shows in this past like 2 weeks than I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and it's a bit like, oh fuck, I just want to watch something with swearing and violence because I can't listen to fucking Elmo go anymore. But she loves it, so it's what happens. So I get a chance to do videos, and when I do, it's like right now it's like 12:30 at night, and I'm fucked because I was up at like 6 in the morning, and it's just by the time it gets to having free time today, I'm just too. I'm drained, and I've not got the energy or really the enthusiasm for it, and I don't want to come across as being like, yeah, it's late at night, and I want you to listen to me go pish poor talking. I'd rather be enthusiastic and up for it, and yay! So, but until my life changes, I'm going to have to do videos at this time of the night and fucking hope that they're not too shit. Anyway, major waffles. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, there was something else, I'm forgetting stuff. I make these videos like I'm some big YouTuber, but I just want to make video logs to talk to people and shit, and if you like them, thank you very much. And I like doing the editing as well. I like pissing about with the editing software I've got. That's why I always put like stupidly, needlessly complicated sort of intros and stuff in and stuff, but that's more just me pissing about than anything else. Oh right, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna play a couple hours of Dark Souls because I'm getting my long lie tomorrow, and the wife's getting up with the bairn. So I'm gonna play a couple hours of Dark Souls, drink my Pepsi Max, and have a wank.